Though I knew it would end in tragedy, I just couldn't stay away from LA Noire. Welcome back, everyone. This will be the finale for LA Noire. We're on the very last case, the grand finale, and it's a rather fun one. So let's just get right into it. Okay. So we're right that one. I did not know there was a limit to how many saves you could have active on LA Noire before. It's especially odd on the PC where you have limitless hard drive space, but oh well.
It's got to be one of these places.
Sure does, Mr. Kelso.
The arsonist's a bug sprayer. He must have worked at one of these joints.
Alright, so you saw he was reading some stuff. So I think we can read what he was reading. Yeah, there we go. The doctor is dead. Benson is finished, and Leland Monroe is going to limp his way into a jail cell. Safe to say the Suburban Redevelopment Fund isn't going to be around much longer. All that's left is the guy who has Elsa, the maniac who burned the houses for Fontaine. I know he's a cowboy, I know he works pest control, but otherwise he's a nobody. So that's what we have to work on. And we're just kind of going from place to place and kind of trying to find out where exactly this guy is at. As you saw on the cases thing, there was also 2 newspapers in here, so we'll have a couple of extra cutscenes to look at. If I can remember to get them. It's easy to miss them. I believe there's one in here.
Help you?
Yep.
That broad has socks in. How many guys you have working here, Pop?
Who's asking, son?
It could be official or unofficial. Depends on how you want to play it.
You should get to a hospital, son. That arm of yours appears to be letting in daylight.
Save the pity for the other guys. They're the ones who need it. I'm looking for a big cowboy who works pest control. Does he work here?
We don't have anyone like that here.
You sure? I'm not the type of guy you want coming back.
Yeah, I'm sure.
He seems real threatened there, Jack. Anyway. Oh look, more information about Peterson, the assistant DA who's trying to take over.
What have you got?
Looks like a drug overdose.
Get away from him, Phelps. This is my case. Shut your fucking mouth. Since when does a bagman work a case? I knew this creep wasn't on the morphine heist. Victim of his own product.
Hey, detective! Can we back it off a notch? This is getting out of hand.
A time to talk and a time to shut up. Now is a time to be quiet, son.
Courtney Sheldon was a corpsman, Roy. He served his country. He went out with a medical kit and an Army 45 into places that made the Valley of Death look like a picnic. He was either naive enough or dumb enough to get involved in the Suburban Redevelopment Fund, along with the mayor, the DA, Monroe, and a certain crooked cop. He was involved in the morphine heist, but he has a puncture wound in his jugular, which makes this a murder case. He was a better man than you'll ever know. You say one more word about him and I will blow your fucking head off!
You finally lost it, partner.
I have a pretty good idea why Sheldon's dead. And I know about Monroe. Your vast, corrupt future is draining away as we speak.
I got better things to do than argue the rub with you.
Stay with him until the coroner gets here. Make sure technical services bags the evidence. If you let this creep anywhere near it, I'll come looking for you.
Yes, sir.
You know, Phelps, you're not the worst asshole going around.
Thanks, Herschel.
Yeah, poor Courtney. As I said in the last thing, he was just a guy desperately trying to do the right thing, and just never worked out for him. And this bug's back in. Awesome. Let's go to the next place. No more bugs be gone. I thought you would want more bugs be gone.
Such a thing as soap, you know.
Welcome to Nuclear. What can I do you for?
I work for the DA. I need to speak with an exterminator. Big guy with a cowboy accent.
We have only 3 people work here. Me and 2 Mexicans. They're both on the scrawny side.
Thanks for your help.
Sam has taken me.
Anyway, I don't believe there's a newspaper here. Nope, just a simple shop. They went all out on decorated. Yeah, this is just kind of a waste your time section. I think if you skip to the 3rd one, you'll just find him immediately and save all this time. But do remember that there's at least a newspaper in the ones that aren't the right place. So had to make sure not to miss anything. These last couple of cutscenes are pretty crucial for the plot. Well, we've seen that. I think we've seen those overall designs before.
I work for the DA. I'm looking for a big cowboy, does extermination. Anyone like that working here?
Well, I wouldn't want to get anyone into any trouble.
We could do this the hard way. An address?
Yeah, he lives in a bunkhouse on the remains of the old Rancho Rincon.
Thanks.
We still don't have a name though. I don't think we've heard the name for the guy anywhere. Now we're going back in time.
Cole, you made it. What's this got to do with me, Rusty? Dr. Fontaine, prominent shrink, dead in his patient's room. Spine snapped like a twig. The suspect is one of his mental patients.
I've met Fontaine.
His last patient was Elsa Lichtman, Cole. She's missing. Nurse said that she saw some big Boris Karloff type carry her out of here.
The best thing that you can do to help me, Rusty, is let me take a look around.
Sure thing, Cole. This way.
Just don't mess up the scene, Cole. It's emotional, but we gotta keep it together, man. I think this is where. Yeah. Here we go. Oh, no, it's not. I thought this was one of the places where the newspaper is at. Perhaps I am incorrect in that assumption. I always push the wrong button for that. I apologize, everyone. This should show newspapers as well. Maybe not. I thought it did. Any guess? Here's some of that army morphine we've been looking for.
Looks like Fontaine has finally dispensed his last treatment.
As they've made it very clear throughout the game, that's some heavy-duty stuff, and that is not for light medical use. It's fairly high doses of concentrated morphine. It's
Take
for.
your time. I'll give you and the doctor some privacy.
Thank you very much, Rusty.
Good doctor has been marking this map.
Yeah, we're gonna do that after the newspaper, just so we don't accidentally miss it somehow.
That goddamn pet lunatic of yours is burning down our houses.
Keep your voice down, Leland. Control is of the essence.
Keep your voice down. You know how much these sons of bitches charge for lunch? Fuck them.
Leland, we will not solve our problems by announcing them to the general public. We only speed ourselves on our way to the gallows.
He's your imbecile, Harlan. Get him under control or get rid of him.
Speaking of which, I've had to dispose of our young medical student.
What? Certainly are a cold character, Harlan.
He has a friend called Kelso who knows all about the development on Normandy Avenue.
I know about Kelso.
And you thought it unimportant to inform me.
I thought I could take care of it.
Have you?
No, I haven't.
Kelso works for Benson. Is he reliable?
No, he's totally unreliable. But he has so many pernicious habits, he's got nowhere to run.
Can you take care of Kelso?
Don't push me, Harlan. Get rid of the fruitcake. No longer necessary. I'll take care of Jack Kelly.
Well, that didn't exactly work out for him, did it? And I thought we got an additional cutscene from newspapers, but I guess not. Maybe we'll see it some other time. Anyway, we have some sketches to go over. Thankfully, the game is kind enough to make wide sweeping strokes for us, so we don't have to worry about it. And if I could aim properly, there we go. Okay, I got it.
Edgewood Grove, McCarthy Vista, Arson Heights, Rancho Escondido. Do those names mean anything to you, Herschel?
Yeah. How come?
Well, they mean something to us, very certainly. We've been... Yep, we've been investigating some of those, especially Rancho Escondido. That's the one that burned down and was made of complete garbage materials.
New houses, all being built in the path of the freeway?
Yep, so that's another little clue into what was really going on here. As it turns out, that's part of the scam.
So much for your foresight, Doctor.
Because of a crystal ball, get it? Hey. Oh, me.
Fontaine was having houses burned from Monroe.
Yep. So this is all about...
Monroe wasn't happy. People started dying and it attracted attention. He and the doctor lost control.
Oh, whoops, there's more documents. Apologies, everyone. I didn't mean to click that. I meant to do this. There we go. Yep. So, apparently, just going over this. I think it talks about it. Let me make sure about this. Yeah. So, this guy that was the big cowboy that we're looking for, he was in the war as well. From all of this, I assume him suffering from some type of PTSD, and he had an obsession with fire, which obviously we could have found out about. Oh no, here we go. He was delusional, paranoid, schizophrenic, and he was trying to be treated with morphine, which I don't think is a good treatment for that, but anyway. I believe that's that for that. And we have one more thing to look at. The good doctor himself.
Destroyed by a monster of your own creation, Dr. Fontaine. I've heard that story somewhere before.
Yep, just like good old Frankenstein. I assume this is the, that's the lighter of the person who killed him? Perhaps? I don't know.
Jack was wrong. It's not about insurance, it's about eminent domain.
What are you talking about, Cole?
The government reclaims the land in the path of the freeway and pays the improved value of the land with the new houses sitting on it.
What about the stiffs who paid their deposits?
Worst case, they get their money back. But the syndicate pockets millions on the improved value of the land.
So where does Jack's boss come into it?
He's the key. He carries the insurance. The insurance proves how much the houses are worth.
And they're worth nothing?
Firewood, all of them.
That's about as neat a scam as you can imagine. How are we gonna prove any of this, Cole? Doctor's dead. Monroe nearly bled to death. If they get Jack...
We need the firebug. The Okie cowboy. Get him, get Elsa. Get him, get all of them.
Yep, so that was the big scam all along. It was not... burning down was not to claim heightened insurance values, although that was happening, apparently. The bigger idea was just that they would prop up all this property and say it was worth a ton, so when the government came and claimed it, they could make the government pay them huge amounts of money. Isn't that wonderful? And they could do that because they had inside access to information from the government that other people wouldn't have. In any case, we are at the... what do they say, Oki? We are at the Oki's home. Rather nice looking place, isn't it? Seems like something from... seems like something from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. What was the BB? Bam bum. Bum bum. Look at that.
Most guys bring home a 45 or an M1. This is pretty extreme.
Yeah, this is a flamethrower nozzle. I wonder if he has the tanks for the propellant. Anyway, I did it again. Let's go ahead and just show all the... oh, I can't. Well, that's wonderful. I believe the ones we want are here. Nope. I thought that was one of the some military gun. There's a little bit of evidence that he hasn't been gone very long. What are you doing, Jack? A little bit of evidence that he hasn't been gone very long. The fireplace is still roaring fairly well. Yeah, just like we were finding around the houses he burned down, this guy has quite the obsession with origami cranes. And the obsession of making them out of this particular piece of paper. You have to fold it back, don't we? Of course. I believe we can look at the cranes themselves.
Quite a flock you got here, kid. The river tunnels. This guy's a tunnel rat.
It's a little bit of foreshadowing.
A strange obsession.
And here, we'll find out where the guy came from.
I know those faces. Jesus Christ, I know every one of them.
Yep, if you'll see in the middle there, that's Mr. Cole Phelps in the middle.
Oh my God, Ira. You poor backward son of a bitch. Peterson, I'm going to need some help. I've got Monroe, Fontaine, and all the others. It's all tied up nicely. It goes all the way to the top. Meet me at the LA River Tunnel entrance just north of the First Street Bridge in half an hour. Don't ask questions. Just be there. This is DA's investigator Jack Kelso. I have an urgent radio message for Detective Cole Phelps.
Yep, the whole gang's gonna get together, gonna find this guy.
KGPL calling car 11K, 11 King, come in.
Go ahead, KGPL.
11K, see the man. A 207 just occurred on the spillway north of the First Street Bridge. DA's investigator Jack Kelso reports a kidnapping suspect outstanding in the LA River Tunnel system with a hostage. 11K, handle
Roger
code
that.
3.
The hell is Jack playing at? Like a suicide note. Half the LAPD will be down there hunting for him.
We need to get there first.
All units on all frequencies stand by. Car 86 Adam is in pursuit of suspect vehicle heading southwest on Sunset Boulevard. Suspect vehicle belonging to Jack Kelso, described as a Navy Chevrolet Fleetline. License number 4, William 0286. Car 86 Adam is in pursuit.
They picked up his car. I'll need help to make it to the river.
That's what we were for. This is actually a rather fun section of the game. I say that now, watch me screw it up several times in a row, but it's in general really fun.
That's Kelso's car.
After him.
All units, Chief Laurel reports that the suspect is armed and extremely dangerous. Repeat, extremely dangerous. The suspect vehicle to be disabled immediately. If necessary, use of deadly force is authorized.
All units, suspect vehicle headed west on 5th Street. Repeat, the Chevy Fleet Line Navy Blue, westbound on 5th Street.
Jesus Christ. How many cops do these guys own?
All units, we have a new suspect vehicle. It is shop number 13516. Repeating, shop 13516 is a second suspect vehicle, described as a green Hudson Commodore, license 3 Sam 0102, reported to be aiding suspect Jack Kelso. Use caution and continue pursuit. All units, stand by for further.
All units, suspect vehicle sighted heading northeast toward 3rd Street on the embankment between 3rd and 4th.
No. Oh, they got past us. These cars flip over much easier than we do, fortunately.
Suspect vehicle shop 13516. Chief Laurel has authorized the use of deadly force. Repeat, use of deadly force is authorized in disabling both suspect vehicles.
It's pretty crazy, man. We didn't really do anything yet, except for, well, I guess we did knock over a bunch of cop cars. So okay, I'll take that back. That is warranted. We should probably be dealt with. We're horrible, violent vigilantes. You can speed up a little bit there, Kelso. It's fine. And we're almost at the end anyway. Here we are.
Who is this guy?
Peterson, assistant DA.
What's he doing
He's here to cover our backs.
I'm going in there, Jack.
No one's trying to stop you. I found this at the ranch house. He's marked his routes. I'll go in here. Cole, you take the next entrance. Biggs, I need you to take the car and cover this spot here. I think that's his fail-safe exit. Cole, he's one of ours.
What are you talking about?
Right where you are!
Got it?
Got it.
Peterson, you want to be DA? We'll earn your salt.
So, Kelso is your boy, Peterson? And working with Phelps? A handy lad, that Kelso.
Yes, he is, Chief. You can't imagine what those two have uncovered. It could go all the way to the top. I hope you won't be implicated.
So, you're the new broom, Peterson?
Looks like it.
And you think he'll make it out of there alive?
I think you might. He's a difficult boy to get rid of.
All right, Peterson. I'm listening. What's your offer?
Hopefully nothing, because if he's getting rid of corruption, you definitely cannot stick around. Wish the game went auto aim like that. It's very frustrating. Well, I actually went to the controls, and apparently there is aim assist. I've never turned it on in this game, and for some reason it turned itself on. Very bizarre. So I've just got turned off now. That should help a bit. It wasn't on for this whole game except for the last couple of missions for some reason. I shot the guy's hand off. Come on. I shot that guy a couple times in the crotch. I do apologize for that. That was uncalled for. I thought I saw another one. Maybe not. That was just my eyes deceiving me. Yeah. Let's go. Yep. Turns out our big guy that we were looking for down here
Just missed.
has got a has got his flamethrower with him, and he's having some fun with that right now. No, nope, that's not good, Jack. There you go. Okay, we got it. We got there eventually, guys. What was? I'm not sure what you're trying to do there, buddy, but did not succeed very well. And of course, our luck, we have to be traveling down in the drain and the sewers while it's a very strong downpour going on right now. So that's a good time. We're having fun. I'm sure that water's not cold at all. What's a brave man? What's a dead man have to be afraid of? He's dead. His worries are over. I'm very confused by what you're saying there, sir. I'm not confused by this. A nice weapon cache. I believe we want one of these. Yep, these are the good ones. These are the good weapons. I believe this is a BAR. I'm not quite sure what they're all doing down here. I guess the flamethrower gentleman must have. I guess the flamethrower gentleman must have kept way more weapons from the war than we thought. Maybe he met up with Courtney Sheldon and got some of those weapons that they stole. Stop moving back and forth. Pop out the same place every time. It's cheating if you don't do that. Yep, we have to be very careful or else that'll happen to us. Oh, this section is quite something.
You're surrounded and your buddies are dead.
I can't aim. Whoa, that was a weird camera angle. It's not dead yet. There we go, got him. Lost our hat, but that's okay. Well, we're going. We don't need hats. Where am I? Hold on a second. What am I missing? Oh, there's a big door. No, that's not a big door. Where am I? What am I missing? I thought there's supposed to be like a ladder down. Do I just jump off? No. I'm confused now.
You can walk out of here or go out in a box. Your choice.
What am I missing? Oh my god, I feel dumb. Oh. Let's get our hat back. I think we came through up there, so we come down here. Yeah, there we go. Yep, BAR's got quite a lot of firepower in them. Let's get a fresh one. Actually, let's get the flamethrower. Flamethrower, what do you say? I actually don't like the flamethrower, but we got it, so let's go for it. Yeah, so the main goal here is get to the other side before the water gets too high, or we die. And this is the reason why I don't like the flamethrower, because there's the guys that are going to shoot at us while we do this, and the flamethrower can't quite reach that far.
You can walk out of here or go out in a box. Your choice.
In case we don't have time to waste for these guys, really, we gotta get going. There's a fairly strict timer on this section. If you screw around too long, it's very easy to die here.
Want me? You got it.
But we're on the other side safe. I think the checkpoint is when you get in that water, even if you die up here. So you better clear it out correctly the first time. Now look who's bleeding. That would be you.
Christ. Just missed.
Yeah, let's switch. I don't think we can switch weapons away from this, actually. Yeah, we have to use it. We're stuck with the flamethrower now. Sure would have. Oh, I thought. Oops, wrong way. If you don't realize by now, I'm having navigation troubles down here. Whoa, careful. This is actually a section of the game. I remember what happened. And I remember all this, but for some reason I'm having real trouble remembering where I'm supposed to be going. I guess just down here. That makes sense, doesn't it? Okay.
Are you okay, Princess?
I felt better. He saved me from the doctor.
Hi, Tex. Do you remember me?
I'm not sure that I do. Have you come here to kill her?
Why would I do that, soldier?
Isn't that why you're all here?
I'm here to get her out.
Her, but not me. You haven't come for me.
No, not you. It ends here.
You were with the 6th on Sugarloaf, weren't you?
I was?
And Naha?
Yes, I was.
You're Sergeant Jack Kelso, aren't you? Where's your uniform, Sarge?
At home in my locker, Hogaboom. War's over, soldier.
I know that, Sarge. I'm fighting a different kind of war. I fight for God now.
We all fight for God, Ira.
In our own ways. Not everyone knows it.
Elsa! Are you all right? Get away from her! It's all right, Cole. He doesn't want to hurt her. Ira was with us on Okinawa.
What? You know this guy?
Don't you remember me, Lieutenant? I remember you.
No, I don't.
You ordered me to burn that cave, Lieutenant. That cave full of civilians. A hospital.
What is he talking about?
It was war. For God's sake, I can't be held responsible for everything that happened.
I don't blame you, Lieutenant. You helped me to help other people.
Ira lost his mind on Okinawa, Princess.
Sheldon asked the doctor to help him get back.
The doctor helped me to find my path. And I helped him to a better life.
Elsa's going to leave now, Ira. She will be all right. You've helped her, too. Get her out of here. Biggs will help. His exit is nearby.
Jack, I need this guy to make the case.
Hasn't this poor bastard given you enough? Get out of here now!
For God's sake, Jack! What are you going to do?
Don't cry, miss. Sergeant Kelso has come to help ease my way. I was proud to serve with you, Jack.
Get out of here, Cole!
do we do, Lieutenant? Jesus, look at all the kids! Stop the goddamn screaming! I need to think!
And how do you expect to do that, you fucking maniac? They're burned to a crisp!
Finish them off. Do it humanely. We are leaving this place.
You do it, Phelps! Get your own fucking hands dirty! I'm out of morphine!
Put these people out of their pain. Now! That's an order!
Everyone out of here now. Double time! You two get Lieutenant Phelps to an aid station. Weapons team will be blowing this place in 2 minutes. Everything that happened in here stays in here. Do you hear me? I don't want to ever hear another word about it.
And thus we learn Cole Phelps' ultimate shame.
He was doing him a favor, Elsa.
Cole, up here! I'll get this grader first! The water is rising!
You're first!
Hand her up!
Get out of here! You're not Jack! I'm not arguing. You're wounded, Jack! Let me help.
What are you waiting for?
Jump, Cole! Jump for it! We're gathered here to honor Detective Cole Phelps. Cole Phelps was the best kind of man. Hear, hear. A war hero who led his men with true valor. And through his personal bravery achieved one of his country's highest honors. A cop wrongly accused who never lost his faith in the LAPD and the system.
Fine. You belittle his memory.
Elsa.
Out of my way, Jack. You call yourself his friend.
A detective who fought to expose the evil corruption of the murderous Dr. Fontaine and the rapacious property tycoon Leland Monroe.
Go to her. Will you, Herschel?
A reformer who
You were never his
recognized
friend,
the need
Jack.
to remove the odd bad apple from a department
right.
made up of good men.
Herschel?
A man who never gave up.
Yeah, Jack.
Who
I was
continued
never
to
his
fight
enemy.
the good fight.
I think you knew that, Jack.
The fight that cost him his own life. A good husband. A good father. And may I say, a good friend.
And there we have it, the tragic end of LA Noire. So, Cole Phelps, unfortunately, died in the line of duty. And the people who once betrayed him and belittled him and besmirched his name to gain political favor were up there on the dais talking nicely about him as if they were his best friends. Talking about how awesome he was when not that long ago, you know, they were the ones who threw him to the wolves in the first place over nothing more than the fact that he was having sex with a German woman. and the fact that they also needed to have heat taken off of them and the distraction. On top of that, we saw our new DA shaking hands with a cop we know is incredibly dirty, Roy Earl, and also up there with the incredibly corrupt police chief, who were both in on the Suburban Redevelopment Fund and all of the evils that were happening because of that. So there's no hope of anything being cleaned up. There's no hope of the city becoming a better place. There's no hope of anything ever getting better, because the new guy who cleaned out who campaigned on cleaning up all the corruption is just going to continue the corruption in a different way. And isn't that U.S. politics just in a nutshell, everyone? Anyway, here is the very last war cutscene, and also the cutscene that was missing for some reason, showing the Fontaine's final conflict with the big gentleman with the flamethrower.
Good morning, Doctor.
And a good morning to you too, Elsa. You look radiant.
Thank you, Doctor.
We haven't been seeing much of you lately, Elsa. You've been missing appointments.
I'm sorry, Doctor. I've been feeling much better.
That's very good to hear. And what has brought about this improvement?
It's the new man in my life. He's convinced me to fight my addiction.
Ah, the policeman from the newspapers. How has he coped with his fall from grace?
He can finally see things from a human perspective, rather than the ivory tower he created for himself. It's making him stronger. It's making me stronger helping him.
You wouldn't make a bad analyst yourself, Elsa. Should we swap seats?
We're both finding we have a lot to live up to.
And what is that?
In my case, Lou. He went through hell along with me and still came out smiling. In Cole's case, his friend, Jack Kelso.
Kelso?
You've heard of him?
No, I just like the sound of his name.
Cole and Jack are working on a case together.
Is Jack a policeman too?
No, he works for the district attorney.
What?
He's a special investigator. I thought you didn't know him.
I have never met the gentleman in question.
He has been looking into Lou's case. Cole thinks it might be linked to some fires he's investigating. You look pale, Doctor.
It's cold in here, Elsa. I think I'll close the window. Why are you looking at me like that, Elsa?
You arranged for Lou to work at Elysian Fields, Doctor.
Your fears are unfounded. I meet many people in my line of work. There are many ways that people can be helped. Finding them work is just one of them.
I don't believe you, Doctor. I've seen you with Monroe at the club.
I'm sorry that you have come to that conclusion, Elsa. I've always so enjoyed our conversation. I can see your future, Elsa. And Cole, the policeman. And Jack, the investigator. It's an unfortunate and grisly end.
I've come to help you, Doctor. To help you cross over. All your sins will be forgiven. The next life.
How about this for a headline? Guess which former 6th Marine hero has been promoted in the LAPD?
No idea.
Well, could be anybody. You give up?
Tell us or hand over the fucking paper.
The Shadow, boys. Our very own Silver Star winning son of a bitch.
Phelps, you didn't die, Jack. He did just fine, and that's all we're going to say about it, right?
The one and only. Look at this picture. golden boy getting his badge, wife and kids in tow, and looking awful humble in the process.
Well, he's set.
Phony bastard.
I wonder if they've been holding my job for me after all this time.
What job was that?
Mechanic.
Ain't you seen all the war bond movies, Sarge? All the best mechanics is women. You're gonna have to work as a gigolo from here on in.
I was a bus driver in Santa Cruz. You know, no pictures in the papers or medals for me, though.
I can't believe I just went through Petaloo and Okinawa just to go back to being a washing machine mechanic.
How is it that jerks like Phelps get it all?
It doesn't have to be that way, guys.
What are you talking about? It's always gonna be that way.
Do you have any idea what you guys are sitting on?
Yeah, a ship full of Army surplus.
You're sitting on surplus morphine. 2 tons of it. Can you imagine what that's worth on the streets? Hundreds of thousands of dollars.
You're shitting me.
I'm not.
You're talking about stealing it?
Keep your voice down. Do you want to have us all thrown in the brig?
God damn it, Sheldon. You want to go into the dope business?
No. I want to be in the peace dividend business.
What is that supposed to mean?
It means I want the guys who fought for a better future to get some share of it. You interested, Jack?
Come on, Top. We could all get out from under.
Oh, it's the chance of our lives.
It's everyone or no one, boys.
I'm not having a bar of it, Courtney. You may be the bravest person I have ever met, but I swear to God, trouble follows you around like a pet fucking dog. I thought you wanted to try for medical school.
So what do you want, Jack? What's the future got in store for you?
You guys were all heroes in the war. Every single one of you. Even if your next door neighbor or your wife never know it and don't give a rat's ass. Fuck Phelps and medals and citations and parades. Fuck the public who are bored with returning GIs. I have nothing but respect for what you guys and the rest of the 6th have done. You go through with this, and you'll be nothing to me.
And with that, everyone, Noire is done. I thank you all for joining me, going along this ride. I'm sorry it took quite as long as it did, but it's done. And we'll be moving on to the new things soon afterwards. Thank you for watching again, and goodbye.